Annapro has sent me their new pressure reducing head strap for the Vision Pro. We're gonna try these out. I wanna go through them and see what kind of differences there are between the old and the new version and see how comfortable they are. First off, I want to talk about the original Annapro head strap and then talk about some differences here. I've been using this one pretty frequently without the light seal, and I found it very comfortable. It allows you to use the stock back strap, just put it right on and let the Vision Pro sit just right in front of your face here, no pressure on the cheeks, and it allows for a bit of an immersive feel. Like I can still see my hands this way. So it's a really nice way to use it without the facial interface. You can still use this thing with the facial interface. It just fits right on there like that, so you can wear both. But for me, it felt a little weird to have this extra kind of pad here and the facial seal. It just never really felt quite right to me. I'll be curious to see if this one solves that, and generally if it feels more comfortable. By the way, the other thing I really like about the head mount here is that I can just easily take it right off and put it back on. No problems there. Comparing these two, I see that we've got a little bit of a spacing here between the plastic part and the part that fits around the forehead. Here is just one piece. I think this might allow for just a little more flexibility, movement between the kind of rigid interface that surrounds the forehead pad and then the forehead pad itself. Other than that, it's a pretty similar design, just slides right in and out. Let's also do a quick weight test. Old head mount, 53.6 grams versus the new one, 64.2 grams. So it's about a 10 gram difference between these two, this new one being a bit heavier, but let's see how it feels on the device. Just like the old head mount, all we gotta do is slide this on both. Nice and simple. And then of course we'll put the strap back on, and there we go. Again, we can use this with the light seal and pop it on, but I wanna start with no light seal because this is what I'm used to. Let me power this on and we'll do a real test here. And while this is loading up, I will mention that there are 4 different pads that will go under here as a head pad. You got one that's installed, and then it has different sizes. We got a 5, 18, and a 25 millimeter, along with the standard. I gotta double check what that one is. And this is for kind of different head sizes and shapes. Probably gets you a little bit closer or further from the lens, and just has a little bit of different comfort depending on the user. So that's really nice. So let's put this on. What I immediately notice is there's a little more pressure kind of on the temples right here. I think because this head strap seems to be, I would guess, a little bit more curved. And that's just from wearing it and being used to the old one. Let me take this off again and see. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see there actually. There's a bit more of a curve on the newer version, which kind of just hugs the sides a little bit more on the top of the forehead. Let me put this back on. The pad itself does feel very comfortable though. You've got, again, 3 other pads to try out. So let me just get a quick feel and see which of those feel the best for this interface here. Let's see how easy this is. It's all Velcro. This is a 12 millimeter, by the way. So we got a 12 millimeter. And you can see here all the Velcro points to attach other sizes. So let's just go to the biggest one. We went from 12 to 25. As I put it on, I just have to kind of bend it a little bit, and then it just goes nice and flush. And just like that, super easy. Let's see what this feels like. Since there's more padding here, I gotta kind of loosen this up a little bit. There we go. As I put this one on, immediately I got a warning that my eyes are too far from the displays. It makes sense, you got all this extra padding here, probably another 12, 25, like over 10 millimeters of padding pushing this a little bit further away from my eyes. So for some people that might feel like a better fit, immediately I do kind of feel a bit more of a front heaviness here. And because now the weight is shifted further away from the forehead and down. So I'm not as much a fan of this one, but again, I think it's going to depend on the head size. Let's go all the way to the smallest version now. And this one might not feel as comfortable on the forehead, I'm guessing, just because like not much padding compared to, something like that. Oh, and this is just getting really close to my eyes. Yeah, now I have a warning too close to displays. This one feels like my eyelashes are going against the displays. So for me, this one's not going to work. And the last one to try is the 18. You know, this one feels pretty good also. If this is the one that was shipped on, unlike the 12, I might have just stuck with that. But the slightly thinner 12 millimeter it actually was shipped with, I think feels the best. Yeah, back to the 12. And I do feel like, well, I am closer to the displays, but not too close where I feel my eyelashes. I honestly did just get a warning that says too close to displays, but it feels comfortable to me. Let's do a quick look though with the facial interface here from Apple and see if that still fits on nicely. I'm sure it will. It feels pretty similar to the feeling of the first one with the facial interface, and I'd said before that I kind of preferred the Annapro head mount without the interface, and it allows for more of like an augmented reality experience. This could do if I wanted to really watch a movie and just get immersed and not have any outside light leak or distractions. So it does actually feel pretty good. Since I've gotten really used to this first one, I gotta say, immediately I'm feeling like the padding on this new one, and testing out even all these different ones, the padding feels like a better kind of memory foam, softer, cooler. You can kind of see a difference here. This is almost like a leather, wrinkly feeling, and this is more of almost a, maybe I'd call it a microfiber, or just like it feels cooler to the touch. And I think over a long period, it would feel nicer on the forehead. Otherwise though, beyond just the different pad feeling, it's a pretty similar design. Yes, there's that extra spacing that you don't have with the original version, but I don't know how much that's really doing to improve the experience. I'm gonna play around with this for a while and come back to you with some thoughts. I was just using this thing for about an hour or so, and I gotta say, it feels very comfortable. When I first was trying it on, yes, I noticed a couple differences between the first and second gen Annapro strap, but now that I've had it on for a while and was playing around with some adjustments, there are a few things that I noticed. One, already mentioned, but this microfiber cloth and memory foam feels so much better compared to the leather that was provided here. I think I could probably use this same material on this head strap here and probably be fine. But I also realized that this little space here that I was talking about earlier allows for just some very fine-tuned adjustments where you can kind of adjust on your head and make it a little bit more comfortable, which was super useful for me. The other thing I noticed was when watching some immersive content and wanting to wear the facial interface along with the Annapro strap, it actually felt better than I ever thought it did with version 1. So overall, just some minor adjustments, but it really does feel better. It also sounds better. The way that these attachment points work and kind of go over this ear cup here help to make just like a much clearer auditory experience compared to this placement of this little slit here on the old version. So overall, super happy with this one. One downside though is that I like to travel with my Vision Pro, and this is the case that I typically use. It's a hard case, and when I put this in, that fits nicely, but this goes higher than this strap ever did, which I can't really, I mean, there would kind of be like that, a little bit lower. So having this here, I can't close this without jamming it down, so I would need probably a larger case, unfortunately, to use this. But so if I were traveling, I would probably have to just take this on and off. Not super convenient, but overall, for the comfort, super happy with it. Thanks again, Annapro, for sending, and I have a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. If you have any questions, though, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will answer if I can. Thank you.